And was there any difference between the way that you felt you were pitching, if you like, your deal when you went online with GowerCrowd versus the way you'd been doing it with friends and family before? Like, was there a shift in any way?
I think the shift was more so with the investor than with us, because the pitch ultimately is the same, right? And I think the risk is with the investor, because they're just going on the internet. They're going on a website that's brand new. There's no credibility really, because these are all new companies. The entire industry is in its infancy, and they're finding these people who are collecting millions of dollars
Right.
to go buy real estate. So what we did, I would say the one change that we did is we went the extra mile to make the investors as comfortable as possible. So I would invite them into our office so they could see that we have a real company and we're not some fly-by-night group that's working out of a garage. I would meet them on site. I would show them the story, and I would get them as comfortable as possible to invest with us.
And how is that process evolving now? Because, you know, it's a few years since you did that. I know that you're working on some pretty intensive online strategies. So how is your process of communicating and establishing that relationship of trust with investors? How is that evolving?
Well, the industry of crowdfunding and raising capital on the internet is no longer in its infancy. So now you've got credibility, now you've got trust, you've got track record. So if we're going to put one of our properties on a platform, all of those groups that I mentioned can say we have already raised money for Trion successfully multiple times, and they've hit their IRRs, and these guys are for real. So that's a very powerful statement to be able to make to raise money online with complete strangers.
Right, but you don't rely just on the word of GowerCrowd or Realty Mogul or CrowdStreet for your reputation. You're building your own reputation as well. How are you doing that online?
Our investors are, and any prospective online investor creates an account. They go into our investor portal. They look through our fund documents. Usually that's probably the first deal they click on. And in there is a track record. They could see all the deals that we have in portfolio. They could see all the deals we've closed, not just in our track record, but also in the offerings page. They usually set a phone call. So they call our office. We have a phone call for a few minutes. If they're looking at a specific deal, then we'll go through the rent comps and sale comps and all of the supporting analytics. And I think, that usually does a pretty good job of it.